We are indeed coming to you live from Mossel Bay in the Western Cape. We are in one of the most affected areas by the fires that ravaged the area from early this week. On Tuesday, when I spoke to the residents of the area, they told me that these fires erupted on Tuesday evening up until now, and we do have the firefighting teams still on standby and checking for any flare-ups that might arise and making sure that the situation is quite safe for the residents and the locals of Mossel Bay. We spoke to the residents earlier yesterday, not earlier today. We're still going to talk to them today. They told us that they are still anxious, but we are told by the authorities that the situation is quite arrested and quite under control. But for now, to get the latest and also the specifics and on the ground, you are joined here on the SABC by the fire chief in the Garden Road district. We are joined by Deon Stoffels to give us the latest. Deon, if you can give us the latest on the ground, how is the situation? Is everything under control for now?
Good morning to all. It is a very windy day. 35 kilometers already measured this morning an hour ago, so that is an indication of the wind strength today, and that's why we are on high alert. Everything is under control. We had a minor flare up down the road to the airport, but everything is under control. This is a crucial area, so the wind blows in the opposite direction. The other day the wind blew that way and caused a lot of trouble for us. The wind blows this way. It's a southeasterly wind, so meaning if you look that way, there's still vegetation, there's infrastructure, there's pine trees, there's thatched roof houses here at the back, and of course farming area towards there. So our teams are on the line. This line is pretty covered. I've gone through the line myself, for example, whilst waiting for you guys to get here. So it looks pretty good. We have teams on standby. Mossel Bay is already having a few smaller fires as well, different than this fire, of course, but they are also here on standby. Garden Route as well as working on fire. And of course our CPF, the volunteers with the bucky units, they are always ready to come and assist us. So everyone is keeping an eye of alert today, but so far so good. It's looking very good. As said, the dust is, you can't see the dust now. It was really dusty earlier, so it can be a confusion between dust and smoke. So that's why we are driving all the roads here. You can see there's lots of activity on the road, checking this corner, very important, as fire will come out on this side to the northwest. But at this stage, very good, and we'll be here for the rest of the day, of course.
Any specific challenges that you faced in trying to calm down the situation and to make sure that things are under control in terms of you guys being the firefighting teams? Any specific challenges you faced so far?
No, I must say there's not specific challenges. We had a drone incident, but that was a minor incident. It was a once-off. People listened. The Mossel Bay municipality communicated, and people listened. The people have just been supportive. A good problem that we had earlier on Wednesday, Thursday, is there was a lot of bucky-suckies, a lot of people wanting to help, and obviously we had to manage that. But that was a good problem to have, people wanting to assist. But of course, weather factor, that is our biggest factor, is the wind. This morning was actually colder. You can see it's colder today, but the wind factor, that is the most critical challenge for us, and that's why we need to be on absolute high alert today.
If you can give us a summary from early this week when this problem started. I understand when I spoke to some residents, they said that this fire erupted evening Tuesday. If you can give us a weekly wrap of what the challenges that you faced and the efforts that you put in terms of making sure that the situation is under control as we are seeing now.
Yeah, the fire started, our guys from Garden Route came out on Tuesday morning actually, too close to the end too, far from here now, and they were alerted to smoke in the area, and they arrested the situation. But then the southwesterly wind and strong westerly winds came up. First the southwesterly wind, and towards the afternoon, towards 3 o'clock, we came here and we saw the situation is getting out of control. We called aerial resources, multiple of them, and soon, approximately 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, the wind turned west. So it means the wind ran straight east, and that was the critical area that we lost the fire, because the fire was so fast, the wind was so strong, wind-driven fire, and we just could not get to it. As said earlier in the week, even aerial resources couldn't see the flames anymore, could not get ahead of the fire, and that's why the structures were impacted down a kloof, if I have to speak Afrikaans now, a valley, a kloof, where people and vehicles can't get, and it was a challenge for the aerial resources as well. But Then obviously the houses got impacted and crews from Mossel Bay moved around to the structures, as well as the other agencies. We called in Essequa Municipality, we called in George Municipality for assistance. So we had to obviously call the neighbours to come and assist, and they were very valuable. And of course Chief Joey Johnston of Mossel Bay running the jock on that side, the backbone down there in town, running operations, logistical operations. From there to support the firefighting team. So it was a good collaborative effort. And on Wednesday we had the situation under control. Tuesday late night, and then on Wednesday we got winds again, and then we obviously had to precautionally evacuate people again from the Island View area, but nothing got impacted on Wednesday then. And then obviously on Thursday, a major flare up right here in the corner, fire on this side, southwesterly wind. Fire ran through here, and that's what you see there. And again, extensive on Wednesday, extensive aerial resources. On Thursday, extensive aerial resources to safeguard all those areas. Num, Renosterbos, and then Mankin, Kop, Hartenbos, Hevels, as well as Sonskensvallei, the last neighborhood on the area there, northeastern area. So nothing lost, but obviously a lot of effort went into Thursday as well. And again, it was an absolute team effort. The volunteers, the municipality, the entire municipality, from our political heads to administrative heads, we had all the support we could get, and that's why Wednesday and Thursday was a success. We didn't lose anything with high winds, and obviously, like I said, extensive aerial resources, costly resources, but we threw everything into it. And today is another crucial day. We need to get through this wind. If we get through this wind, we can, tomorrow's a colder day, a calmer day, we can say we are moving to the end result, of course.